Cincero Consulting presents your GMP Minute with Kevin Wall. This episode was co-authored with Eric Sexton. Today we will discuss the FDA validation guidance and ICH. What should you know? Process validation can be defined generally as a series of activities taking place over the life cycle of the product. The validation exercise establishes scientific evidence that a process is capable of consistently delivering a quality product. After 24 years, the FDA updated its process validation guidance in 2011. The changes were consistent with trends in place within the pharmaceutical industry. The view has changed from validation being a point-in-time event to being applicable over the product lifecycle. The lifecycle approach to drug product management is laid down in ICH Q10, Pharmaceutical Quality Systems. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss a GMP Minute. The FDA describes process validation as taking place in 3 stages: process design, process qualification, and continued process verification. These stages align with the first 3 product lifecycle phases defined in ICH Q10: product development, technology transfer, and commercial manufacture. Each phase of the product lifecycle contributes to the overall understanding of process variation and control of the manufacturing process to deliver a drug product that is fit for purpose. A successful validation program ensures that the manufacturer understands the sources of variation and the impact on the process, detects the variation, and controls the variation in a manner commensurate with the risk. The FDA is correlating the concepts articulated in ICH Q8 Pharmaceutical Development and ICH Q9 Quality Risk Management. The validation exercise ensures critical variability is identified and controls to meet the drug product critical quality attributes, CQAs. ICH Q7 articulated the same concept in 2000 for drug substances. Phase 1, process design. The 1980s are over. The days of 3 batches and living on a prayer are done. Focusing exclusively on qualification efforts without also understanding the manufacturing process and associated variations may not lead to adequate assurance of quality. An integrated team approach should be used that includes expertise from process engineering, analytical chemistry, manufacturing, and quality assurance. Process design is where knowledge gained through development and scale-up activities is used to define the commercial manufacturing process. The CQAs and critical process parameters, CPPs, are defined. The risk assessments gauge the level of process understanding, robustness, and control. The result is defining a control strategy that is the subject of the qualification phase 2. Although the full spectrum of input variability is not known at this stage, laboratory of pilot scale models can be used to estimate variability. Considerations should include variability posed by different raw materials, operators, environmental conditions, and measurement systems. ICH principles are in full consideration. ICH Q8, Design of Experiment. Studies can be used to help reveal relationships between variable inputs such as equipment parameters and the resulting outputs. ICH Q9, Risk Analysis. Tools can be used to screen potential variables for studies. These studies in turn can be used as justification for established ranges. ICH Q10, Knowledge Management, is essential during process design. All studies resulting in process understanding must be documented. Phase 2, Process Qualification. Process qualification is the evaluation of the process to determine if it is capable of reproducible commercial manufacturing. It is a point-in-time event that defines the strategy for the replicate batches used in the validation study. The process qualification phase corresponds to the technology transfer phase in ICH Q10. Process qualification phase can be broken into two parts. Part 1 is commissioning qualification of the facilities, utilities, and equipment. Part 2 is the process performance qualification of the manufacturing process. Commissioning ensures that the manufacturing facility, utilities, and equipment is designed properly and functions as intended as defined in the User Requirements Specifications, URS. Qualification ensures critical aspects of the equipment and utilities are installed according to the design specifications and suitable for their intended use. Process Performance Qualification, PPQ, combines the facility, utilities, equipment, operators, procedures, and raw materials with the commercial manufacturing process. It is the part of validation most like the old approach. The manufacturer should clearly lay out in the validation protocol why the approach is appropriate. Simply relying on 3 batches without justification is not acceptable. The process performance qualification should demonstrate that the commercial manufacturing process performs as expected. A manufacturer must complete a successful process performance qualification before commercial distribution of the drug product. Phase 3. Continuous process verification. Continued process verification is an ongoing program to assure that the process remains in a state of control. It is related to the commercialization phase defined in ICH Q10. Product and process data should be collected and analyzed in order to verify that the quality attributes are being appropriately controlled throughout the process. A comprehensive continued process verification program includes scrutiny of interbatch variation. The process monitoring is based on risk defined from data from the previous phases. Good process design should anticipate significant sources of variability and establish appropriate detection, control, and mitigation strategies. However, unexpected sources of variation may occur. In such cases, statistical techniques can be used to detect variation, characterize it, and determine the root cause. The risk assessments are updated at appropriate intervals as new knowledge is gained. As more data is collected, the risk assessments can become more quantitative and less qualitative. The update of the risk assessments can also be timed with the annual product review, since a comprehensive product and process data set is being analyzed. Data gathered during continued process verification may provide ways to optimize the process by altering operating conditions, process controls, or raw materials. This process enables the FDA vision of the pharmaceutical industry embracing continual improvement. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss a GMP Minute.